Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it might be where you are in the world. We're here at the start of the driver to server assignment for the final round. Final point scoring round, I should say, of the AMS2CC. It is a combo supplied to us by the Kerb Clippers Sim Racing community. That's KCSR. Johnny B and is the main man in charge of that. And it's a cracking combo. It is with the LMPs, I think I've got that right. And it's the Gen 2s. A bumpy old track at Sebring is where we go. And the default setup's really nice, actually, which is a good job, because I can't tune this setup to be any better than default. Every tweak I make seems to make it worse, and I'm not quick. So yes, it's a good job that default setup's there. Strategy is going to be pretty important as well. It's only a 45-minute race, which I thought was an interesting choice by Johnny, but he's clearly done a bit of testing. 45-minute race. I believe it's default fuel and tyres. But if you go flat out, fuel definitely is not going to get you to the end. I haven't done any race testing, so you're going to need to stop for fuel. Not necessarily for tyres. Tyre wear is pretty low unless you're locking up, because we all know that AMS2 doesn't like you locking the tyres if you want to look after them. But that means there's lots of strategies. There might be, I can't make it work, but there might be a fuel saving strategy and zero stop. There might be a splash and dash strategy, just no tyres, just taking little full tank and taking little fuel as possible. Maybe there's also tyre temperature issues. The tyres get very hot, so do you go hards? Do you go mediums? There's also time of day, so it has a ×15 time multiplier, so we will be ending at about midnight, starting at 10 AM and ending at about midnight. So the track will cool, so do you pit and change your tyres because they're overheating or what? I don't know. So really, strategy is going to be a really interesting race. Strategy is going to make it an interesting race. We've got a few people in chat. I saw Tinez. We've got Minimus Softknees, which is Softknees are telling us your in-game name, so I know who I'm talking to. Raptors joined in as well, so really appreciate you guys joining in. So let's have a quick recap. Let's first of all change the view to that one, and let's put that background music on again. Hopefully, is this working? Yes, my mic's still working. Hold on, something is going wrong here. I think I've got it working. Hopefully I'm not going to be talking too much over it. That's the idea anyway. Okay. Let me know if that music is a bit too much. I've got it ducked. That's right, I said ducked. So that when I talk, it should go quieter. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the standings and do speak up or type up, as it were, in chat if the audio is a bit too much. We'll mute it. Let's have a quick look at the team standing. So MVRC, Minimus, you guys have won it, basically. I had a quick workout of what the maximum points you can score. So if with 4 drivers, if a team other than MVRC scored 2 P1s and 2 P2s, they get 132 points. Unfortunately, you guys are already more than 132 points ahead of RRC. So the championship is already decided. I hadn't realised. I thought it might be, but MVRC are going to be the 2025 winners, even if none of their drivers show up or all of them crash out. Of course, we hope that doesn't happen, and MVRC have been fantastic at supplying drivers for other teams and supporting all the communities taking part. They've got a big pool of drivers to draw upon, and that is massively appreciated. It really shows off what the AMS2CC is all about. Yes, it's about close, great racing, and it definitely is competitive, but to have teams, drivers from teams supporting other teams is really good to see. Hey, flip-flops, yes, the championship crown there, yeah, nice one. So the battles are going to be a bit further down the grid. Up at the top end of the grid, we've got, or the top end of the championship, we've got 3 teams really fighting for a podium. RRC currently holding 2nd place. They've got about a 20-point margin over KCSR in 3rd. and they have about a 20-point margin over AMSU in 4th. Now, I'm an AMSU man, I'm sure you know, and AMSU have never not had a podium finish in the team championship. So we are keen to try and get a podium finish, shall we say. But that's going to be a big ask, because I mean RRC did incredibly well in the last round. I think they got the most points in the round with 100 points, so they really did a great job of shoring up their second place. And KCSR, well, you can never doubt KCSR that they're probably going to be quick. They didn't have a great round in round 7, but yeah, they are definitely capable of scoring really well. So the battle really at the top end is for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Then we have another big battle going on for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. There is 10T currently in 5th with 459. Just 5 points behind is NRT on 454. RPM pretty close on 428. SSR are not fielding any more drivers, so you can ignore them. But TRE are on 400. So there are 4 teams. That's right, 4 teams within 59 points. It would need TRE to do particularly well to get obviously up to 5th place, but they are certainly within striking distance of RPM and NRT. So any of those communities having a great or a poor race could really mix things up. Right, so that's the team scoring. Let's quickly bring up the driver standings. I don't think, although I haven't checked, because of the drop round, I don't think Jake can not win, because his lowest scoring round is currently 31 points. Look there. So that is currently his dropped. Sorry, there's 2 dropped rounds. So even if he doesn't show up, that would mean he'd get a 0 score in round 8, and then the other score that he would lose would be round 6, and he would still have 175 points basically. So I think Jake has won it. But everywhere else, look, it is much closer. We've got Blankfire 157, Matteo Morganto 153, 149 for JK, Frano on 140. So the drop rounds make working out how things might change really difficult, because the lowest 2 scores get ignored, allowing drivers to miss race or not have technical issues significantly affect their championship. So that's the standings currently in Division 1, and then it's got on to Division 2. Currently MVRC again leading Division 2 with Rob G on 103 points. Pavel, he's bringing home P2 at the moment with 92. Savage Paddy, another MVRC driver, on 85. Roy doing very well there in 74. Raptor for RPM as well on 72. The G-Bear on 68, but I won't get through all the scores. You can see there's still a lot to play for as we go into the final round. Right, let's cut the waffle out a little bit. And let's move on to the assigning drivers to servers. Nobody said that the audio's not working or everything's going wrong or the music's annoying, so I'm assuming, guys, that it's not too annoying for you. And I'm hoping you're still tuned in, to be honest. Says we've got 7 million of you, which is pretty good. 7 million viewers. Nice. So, unfortunately, we have quite a few teams who are short of drivers. So we have 2 spare drivers, one provided by 10 Tenths and one provided by MVRC. That's Prue for 10 Tenths and Pete M for MVRC. I stress I have not asked these individual drivers if they're willing to drive for other teams, and that is something I normally do. So if these drivers say, no, really sorry, I was only a last resort reserve, I can't really race because it's close to Christmas, but if my team needed me, I'd make the effort to be there, even though it's not convenient. So it might be that one of these 2 drivers is not actually available to race for another team. It's unlikely, but that definitely does happen, and it is always optional whether drivers support other teams or not. But we have 6 spots on the right hand side. SRGP have 2 segments, I guess is what they are, because they are in need of 2 drivers. Then we have KCSR needing a driver, Club 50, the Racing Engineers and Slipstream. The Racing Engineers do have a driver who may or may not be able to make it, so wasn't sure what to do with that. So that was Tom, and they put him down as a reserve for their team, and they are a driver short. So at the moment I haven't put Tom on the driver listing at all. If he is able to make it, then and TRE do get assigned a spare driver from another team, then obviously we will move that driver to another team. No, I really appreciate that, Bill, but we keep it fair. We're doing it completely random, so anybody that needs a driver gets assigned it randomly. I know you said that, but we keep it completely random and fair. Everybody who needs a driver, or every team that needs a driver and the spare drivers, when there's not enough, get assigned randomly. That's not actually in the rules, I don't think, that we do that, but it just seemed when it happened, I think a couple of rounds ago, it seemed to be the fairest thing to do. Right, so that's what we're going to do first of all, and if we just briefly switch back to this tab, this will highlight, so Club 50 need a driver, look, KCSR need a driver, and here we've got the highlight of the 2 spares that we got. Let's get rid of that conditional formatting box. So there's one for Club 50, one for KCSR. There's 2 for SRGP there, SSR not fielding any drivers, 1 for Slipstream and 1 for TRE. But I do stress with TRE, they do have a driver, Tom Goodwrench, who they reported as a maybe he can make it. And as I've not had confirmation, certainly before I last checked the chat before stream, I've not put him on here at all, so that TRE are in the pool for the 2 reserve drivers. Right, now that that lengthy explanation's gone, let's spin those wheels and see who gets what. So Prue's going to be the first person, and Prue is going to SRGP. There we go. So that leaves Pete M to be assigned. Let's spin again. Looks like SRGP get double lucky. They had 2 slots and they've had them both filled. So yeah, very, very lucky there. Let me make note of that as well. I do stress though that any communities who've got some more spare drivers who might be able to race. Let me just move these in whilst I'm got it right. Any other spare drivers, as long as you trust them, then they're very welcome to take part. So please do give me their names. We can still sort this out after the fact, as it were. And we'll delete these out of here. There we go. So yeah, we'll definitely be available for any more spare drivers. Still need 4 more. Yeah, I know you're not going for the team championship win, but also the problem if I just assign it to the people who are in most need, then that also becomes like if I run out of drivers. So KCSR obviously are right up there at the front. If I assign it to KCSR, just say they're in most need because they're fighting for P2. Then what happens if I run out of drivers and RRC need a driver or something like that? And RRC have needed drivers in the past, so I didn't want to risk people saying that it wasn't really fair that they didn't get a driver because they were fighting for points in the midfield and KCSR got priority or whatever. So I just had to, I've done it this way to be completely transparent and random. And the random gods have definitely helped out SRGP today, and that is what it is. Right. Okay, now what we do is we do the random assignment of drivers to servers. So we're going to do a couple of test clicks to confirm that it is truly random. So we'll click this button here. And you can see the only people that aren't random is me and Roy. Let's focus on Pete and Prue there because it's easy to spot them. So Pete was server 1 and Prue was server 2. So let's re-randomize. Hopefully it does that random draw differently. Was that different? I can't remember which way around it was. Pete, I'll try and remember this time. I'm getting old, I can't remember. Pete server 1 this time, let's do it a third time. And Pete definitely swapped servers there, so you can see how it randomly picks it. Okay, so this time we'll do it, it'll be for real, as it were. So let's click that button and we will keep whatever it does. The first thing we need to do is select it all, go copy, then Control Shift V, and that means it won't forget it. Perfect. Right, so server 1 then. We have Jonas streaming once again. Thank you, Jonas. It is really appreciated. All the work that the broadcaster do, both Quarto and Jonas. I wouldn't quite say thankless task because those guys are appreciated, and I do offer my thanks, and I know you guys do as well. But yeah, they give up a couple of hours every couple of weeks just to commentate the streams for mostly for your guys' enjoyment when you take part and then watch those races back, hoping to get a little bit of glory on track as that amazing overtake you did, or whatever it might be. I know I do. I hope that one of my good overtakes makes the stream. Anyway, so the drivers on server 1, we've got Redacted and Sean for 10/10. For MSU, we've got myself and Pavel on server 1. Club 50, they've got Uwe, and unfortunately at the moment, no second driver. Again, once again, any spare drivers that you've got, please put them forward, and we'll get those spots filled up for the other teams. KCSR, I've got Glenn and Johnny. For MVRC, we've pretty much got the dream team. There's a lot of competition on server 1. Look, we've got S2000 and JK for MVRC on server 1. Tinez and Chris H for NRT, Fancy Jake and Donny for RPM, Mauro and Salvatore for RRC on server 1. SRGP, you've got Alpha and Andy GH, and Slipstream, have got Bill and Jakob. And finally, for the racing engineers, we've got Grumpy. Then moving over to server 2, again Quarto streaming with Linus and Bluefair representing 10/10. Franco and the G-Bear, they are supporting AMSU. Club 50 brings Artie and Steve Kenwood to the team. KCSR, blank file, and unfortunately a spare driver slot. So KCSR are really going to need their 3 drivers to perform really well to try and hold on to their podium finish. Once again, I would rather not have any championship position being decided on which teams have drivers and which don't. So again, if we can get a few more drivers, please, we'll get them. I'll do another random assignment. I may or may not stream it in case people are worried about me being biased, but I will do another random spin and probably very, very quickly stream it. I won't announce it, but I'll spin it and record it and save it, so if anybody says how did it get drawn, I'll show that. So any more drivers, please get their names to me. I would love it to be a full grid for each team, a full team for each team in this final round, and it would be great to have KCSR and Club 50 and Slipstream and the racing engineers all having a full team, and they're all currently short. Anyway, keep moving down, Jim. So just blank foul for KCSR on server 2. MVRC, you've got Slayer and Savage. Eurofighter and Nessie are hoping to score big for NRT. Roy, who's doing really well on the Division 2 Championship, and Raptor are racing for RPM on server 2. RRC, they've got Mattia and Daniel hoping to hold on to P2 in the championship, the team championship. For SRGP, we've got Pete M and Prue on server 2, and for Slipstream, we've got Laurie, and unfortunately no driver for the second slot for Slipstream. The racing engineers have got Dun Dun Gizmo and Harm. Okay guys, I think that pretty much wraps it up. As if I haven't said it all enough times already, please go to your communities. If you've got often a DM is better. Send a DM to those drivers that you regularly race with, that you know are good fun and respectful on track. There's still quite a long time, about 5 or 6 days of practice to go. I wouldn't say it's an incredibly difficult combo. It's not Formula 1 cars at Adelaide, for example, where somebody being throwing into it at the last minute would be particularly risky. You can be reasonably on pace. The default setups are very drivable. So anybody who has the ability to be aware of their surroundings and consider it on track would be very welcome to come and join us. So yeah, come and get those names in, get them DM to me. For each one that I get, I will do another quick video. I say I won't publicise it and promote it. I don't want to be tagging the living daylights out of you guys, but I will stream it as a record that it is truly random, and let's see if we can get those last 4 slots free, 4 slots that teams have spare filled up. Also to say that if any driver turns out they can't make it, then we have no spare drivers. So if anybody unfortunately can't make it or has real life get in the way of racing, you understand that happens, but I can't help any teams out. Right, I think that just about finishes up. So Minimus, Tinez, Chris H, who else was watching? Bill, thank you very much guys. Flip Flops was there, Raptor as well. Thank you very much guys for tuning in this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Fingers crossed we can fill the last 2 slots up and finish on a high. I'm hoping to try and get that kind of all sorted before Christmas, but I didn't really want to distract from round 8 either. There is some new content expected for AMS2 that might be quite interesting. Carts have been, as in little carts, have been seem to have been received and thumbed up quite a lot. So yeah, I haven't decided yet, and I don't even know how I'm going to decide whether I'm going to put it for vote or whether I'm just going to make an executive decision and decide what we run. But I want it to be just a fun night's racing, so I'm kind of more thinking, to be honest, leading towards rapid fire short fun races in January, just to kick off the new year with just people coming together, having a laugh, without any super serious competitive racing. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, I think, this year. Anyway, feel free to say that's not a decided thing. So feel free to say, no, Jim, I want a proper 24-hour simulated 2.4 hours of Nürburgring historic Gesamtstrecke with vintage F1 and no wings. That's what I'd like. To be honest, I'd quite like that also. But we've done that sort of thing in previous years, and it's been good fun. But also the turnout's been medium. You know, if you're going to do something like that, you really want a full grid. So I think just a fun night's entertainment, lots of different combos, maybe even a bit of Wreckfest. I've been enjoying Wreckfest recently. All getting in there, all talking nonsense, having a drink or two would be good. Anyway, stop waffling, Jim. Enjoy your day, guys. Have a good one, and see you on track. If not before Wednesday, then it'll be Wednesday evening. Good afternoon, goodbye, see you later.